Glad you came.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something.
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
These rocks have seen better days. Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle? Seems a pleasant enough little place.
Bardolph Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
Ranrock's loyalists are a menace. What can be done?
I couldn't help it over here. Did you mention Ranrock's loyalists?
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. I'm simply at my wit's end.
I am unfortunately quite familiar with Ranrock's loyalists. Perhaps I can do something.
Much as I would love to be rid of them, I wouldn't want you to risk injury, or worse. Please be cautious.
Shame Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect Horklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some Horklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
I can certainly try and find some for you.
That would be wonderful. I'm worried about the travelling vendors and would love to get them more Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting Horklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather Horklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those Horklumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
Excuse me, did you say something about a Bardolph Beaumont?
Oh, hello again. How nice to see you. And yes, I did. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
Revelio. Past the river, near the forest. I must be on the right track. This looks intriguing. Is that Infurious wearing a woolly jumper? That must be Bardolph. Bardolph's woolen jumper. I'm not sure Madame Beaumont would want to know what really happened to him.
You can feed a beast, or it can feed you. I prefer the latter.
An entry from Bardolph's journal. He overheard whispers. A plan, something to do with him. This mentions Inferi, and something about it being Bardolph's turn next. Ha!
I do hope my brother is all right.
Madame Beaumont? I believe I have some news of your brother.
Bardolph? What do you know of my brother?
I regret to say that Bardolph had been turned into an Inferius, and I had to kill him.
What? But how could you possibly think that an Inferius was my brother Bardolph? That's absurd!
He was wearing a woolen jumper, hand-knitted.
No, this can't be.
I'm truly sorry. I wish it had been better news. I wish you well, Madame Beaumont.
What more could I have done? Oh, Bardolph! Bardolph, my dear, dear brother.
Has the situation with Ranrock's loyalists improved?
I'm afraid not. I fear my brother is only one of many who will have suffered at their hands by the time they move on. If they ever do. Mind yourself, beyond our borders. Ranrock's loyalists have taken hold here.
One less human to worry about. How nice of you to stop by.
One of Ranrock's camps. Exactly as Madame Beaumont described.
You haven't had mushroom stew like what my mother used to make. Wizards are running scared. As they should be. What was that? Wizards afraid to fight. Wizards are running scared. As they should be. Oh, this day's gone on too long. Who's there?
I could fall dead.
Come on there. Does Hogwarts teach you nothing about dueling? Squid.
Protego, stupefy! Confringo!
Time for this?
They shall have been your death.
Where'd they go? Seems the coward fled.
Somebody there? Hello?
Shut arrogance. One less human to worry about. How nice of you to stop by. Wouldn't mind a plum job at Gringotts. Someone there? Quiet. Quiet, you ask me. What I wouldn't give for a cup of mushroom tea.
Focus to tell us.
What was that? can't handle a little altercation. Quiet enough.
Levioso! Descendo! Confringo!
Someone there? You're here somewhere.
Descendo! Confringo! Levioso!
Put me down! How childish!
Glacius! Accio! Descendo! Confringo!
I will make you pay.
Expelliarmus! Tego!
Someone thinks they can outlast me?
Descendo! Confringo!
I won't rest until you're dead.
Levioso! Descendo! Confringo!
I will make you pay.
One countdown. One more to go. Too late for you to learn the error of your ways. Revelio. Revelio.
One less human to worry about. Reminds me of the time I nearly fell out of a cart at Gringotts. I was only young, mind. Well, not like I'd fall out now. Lucky if I fit in one now. One of the best meals I've ever eaten.
Revelio.
What was that? Who's there? Quiet. I don't think you know who you're dealing with. Just here. Slippery little squid. I'll find you. Where did they go? Seems the coward fled.
Lucas, don't tell us.
Such arrogance. One less one there. One who's there? Hello? Stupid move of a coward. Potato, stupid child! Lucky, that's all! Why spread this out longer than necessary? Stop it! I'll cut you from shoes to chapeau! Potato, stupid get you! Get accustomed to that! Stupid fight! Why can't I hit you? Stupid fight! You're like a glum bumble beneath my feet! Stupid fight! Stupid fight! I'll bury you in the deepest vault. Please, Potato. Here. Incendio. I won't rest. Dead. Are you sure? Accio. Incendio. Sendo. Confringo. No! Tego. I will make you. Accio. Incendio. Glacius. Findo. Someone thinks they can outlast me. Accio. How nice of you. Potion. Confringo. Expelliarmus. You will suffer. Tego. The move of a coward. Confringo. This is a stupid. Sendo. Depulso. Confringo.
Five camps cleared. Fathom Beaumont.
Incendio. Revelio. Revelio. Reparo.
Revelio.
Who says crime doesn't pay? Right. It's been ages since I've found anything worth poaching near Cragcroft.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
Oh, that warrants a look. Perhaps I'll scout around Felcroft for something to...
Totalis. Better have a look around. See about the hawk lumps and the box of letters. Getting there. Just a few more hawk lumps to harvest. Almost there. One more hawk lump to harvest. That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Rest easy, my large friend.
Revelio.
Closer! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Confringo! This must be Sirona's box of letters.
The Ministry ought to relax their feelings towards the dark arts.
Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Revelio. Confringo! That's all the Horklumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. I think that's everything. Sirona will be glad to have this back. I should find Mrs. Sprottle. She'll be glad to get these Horklumps. Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. I have good news. I was able to harvest some Horklumps for you, and I found Sirona's box of letters.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion. And Sirona will be delighted to have those letters. How kind of you. Now you be careful heading back to Hogsmeade.
I should take this box of letters to Sirona. She'll be glad to have it back.
I do miss the bustle of business.
Hello, Madame Beaumont. Good news. I was able to clear out Ranrock's camps.
You cleared them out? How?
It was harrowing, and they dug in their heels, but I managed.
Oh, I wish my brother could have done what you did. Perhaps he'd still be with me now. I'm especially grateful. You did, for Bardolph, what I could not. You saved our hamlet, my young friend. This will not be forgotten. I fear for other hamlets, truly. Ranrock and his lot are unlike any goblins I've ever seen.
What do you have for sale?
Oh, hello. Thank you. Sincerely. Thank you for passing through. Thank you for passing through.
A sickle, a galleon.
Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some Horklumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories. I'll say it again. Can't thank you enough for helping to save the village from those trolls.
away from me!
Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide. Oh, Uncle Roland, what have you got yourself into?
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant? Revelio.
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Nice to see you again. Thank you for asking. And I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You might recall that I was trying to cast non-verbally when we met in the common room. Well, I mastered that, and now I've taken to creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
I suppose I could help if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get... Got it! Only 4 more to go.
Accio.
This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Lumos. Revelio. Here. That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Unless you want your classmates to know how you really feel about them, you might reward me for my time.
Oh, you're not at all who I thought you to be.
And you're not who I thought you to be. Based upon your diary, you seem terribly judgmental.
Fine. I shall pay you. But you cannot begin to imagine what I shall be writing about you next.